We shall discuss today the production function. Now, what is basically production function? Production function refers to the functional relationship between the output and the input. In other words, we can easily say that output is a function of input. जितना हमारा input रहेगा, उसके हिसाब से ही output production हो पाएगा. Higher the input, higher the output, and vice versa. Quantity of goods produced will be a function of factors of production. Output here is expressed in terms of quantity of goods produced, right? Supposingly you have the production of bed sheets. You have a manufacturing unit in which you produce bed sheets. How many bed sheets will be produced? It totally and solely it depends upon the factors of production. How much raw material you are putting it into use, how many machines you have for the production function, how much labor have you put in, right? So how many goods will be produced is directly proportional to and depends on and is a function of all the factors of production. This is what we mean by the production function. Further, output of production of any good depends upon two items. It depends upon the quantity of inputs and also techniques of production. आप कितना input दे रहे हो? अगर आप टायर्स बना रहे हो तो how much rubber are you putting in? उतने आपके टायर्स बन जाएंगे. अगर आप बेडशीट्स बना रहे हो तो आप कितना यान डाल रहे हो, उसके हिसाब से आपका प्रोडक्शन आएगा. And definitely it also depends upon the technique of production. Which type of machinery have you been using? What is the level of the high gradation of the machines? So production depends upon the quantity of inputs and as well as the techniques of production. On moving further, we come to conclusion that production function, it can be represented in a schedule showing the amount of output obtained from different combination of inputs. We say that production is a function of A, B, C, D, all your inputs. Inputs, they can be the raw materials required for producing any output. Assuming the state of technology to be fixed, in whatever laws we will be learning in economics, all the state of technology को हम fixed ही assume करेंगे, otherwise हमारा law जो है वो standard नहीं बन पाएगा. So we say that production is a function of all the different inputs A, B, C and D, assuming the technology to be constant. Now we come across laws of returns to a factor. Please listen carefully. When a producer effects a change in production by increasing or decreasing only one factor of production. देखिए production हमने बनाया is a function of 4 inputs A, B, C and D. हम अपनी production में थोड़ा सा variation कर रहे हैं और इस variation के चलते हमने सिर्फ एक factor of production को vary किया, बाकी B, C, D को ऐसे ही रखा. In the first instance, it's a function of A की जगह A1 कर दिया, B, C and D. And next में A की जगह A2, B, C, D same, and then A3, B, C, D same. Here A1 here means any other multiple of A. उसको हमने बढ़ा दिया या हमने उसको कम कर दिया. But जो change हमने किया वो सिर्फ हमने एक ही factor of production में किया, बाकी सबको हमने ऐसा ही रखा. Then in that case there is a change in the proportion of combination of factors of production. Obviously यहाँ पर रेशियो इनका एक जैसा था, यहाँ पर डिफरेंट है, यहाँ पर डिफरेंट है. Then the proportional relation between the production, which is called the output, and the factors of production, which is called the input, is called laws of returns to a factor. When we will be talking of the laws of return to a factor, we shall be changing the one input. एक इनपुट को ही हम बढ़ाएंगे या कम करेंगे, बाकी इनपुट्स को एज इट इज रखेंगे एंड देन वी विल कंपेयर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ आउटपुट. उसके बारे में जब स्टडी करेंगे तो उसको बोला जाता है लॉज ऑफ रिटर्न्स टू अ फैक्टर. नेक्स्ट इज द लॉज ऑफ रिटर्न टू अ स्केल. What does this mean? Listen carefully. When producer effects change in production by changing all the factors of production in the same proportion. पिछले वाले में हमने देखा कि हम सिर्फ एक ही इनपुट को चेंज कर रहे थे. But here if production is a function of A, B, C and D, now in the first instance we are changing all the inputs. It is going on A1, B1, C1, D1. And in the second also we are doing function of A2, B2, C2, D2. हमने सारे के सारे inputs को change कर दिया. Then also the proportional relationship between the production and factors of production, it will undergo a change definitely. This is the case of laws of return to scale. I repeat, when you change only one input, Others remaining the same, it is called the laws of change, laws of returns to a factor. And if you change all the inputs, then it is called laws of returns to scale. Next, to increase the output of a good, either you have to improve the technique of production or you have to increase the factors of production. या तो अपनी प्रोडक्शन को टेक्निक आप इंप्रूव कर दीजिए, जो भी आपके पास मशीन है अगर वो थोड़ी ऑब्सोल्यूट हो गई हैं, यू हैव टू गो बाय द लेटेस्ट टेक्निक, यू हैव टू टेक द लेटेस्ट रेशियो, लेबर इंटेंसिव यूनिट लगाना है कैपिटल, उसमें आपको लेटेस्ट आपको इंप्रूव करेंगे अपनी टेक्निक, तो आपका आउटपुट बढ़ जाएगा. या तो ये कीजिए या अपने फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन को इंक्रीज कर दीजिए, आप अपना जितना यार्न ले रहे हैं उसको इंप्रूव कीजिए, उसको इंक्रीज कीजिए, तो आपका प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगा. तो प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाने के लिए या तो टेक्निक को इंप्रूव करना पड़ता है या फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन को बढ़ाना पड़ता है. वेरी सिंपल. Now in economics we presume the technique of production to be constant, so we conclude that the change in the amount of output, it depends exclusively on the change in the factors of production which is called the input, क्योंकि टेक्निक को तो हमने constant ही ले लिया. So production is a function of land, labor and capital. This will stand true in all the laws we will be studying. We come to the conclusion of the article. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed, and you're more than welcome for any of the comments you want me to make any particular videos on. More than welcome. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.